So, in my videos about Christianity, what happened to Christianity and how they have gone completely astray, and from everything from their doctrines to their symbols. I've talked about the doctrines aplenty. Today I'm going to talk about, in a different way, about the main symbol. The main symbol of Christianity, the so-called cross, what it really is. The mark, the symbol of Constantine. Notice I said the mark of Constantine. Now, the word cross in English is a translation, or I should say a mistranslation, of the word stauros. Stauros is an upright stake. That's what it is. A taw is what today is the cross of today. Now, in the days of Yeshua Messiah, when he was on the earth, it was an instrument of cruelty by the Romans. An instrument of cruelty and execution. So in Luke 9 and verse 23, Yeshua said to all of them, "If any man will come after me, let him deny himself and take up his burden, his upright stake, daily and follow me." What's that all about? What is the meaning of it? Well, in order to get the meaning of it, you have to go back to the verse where it came from. Self-denial, that's part of it. And the gospel put the followers of Yeshua in danger of being executed. So it was a burden. Now, I'm going to show you something here. Let's see if I can find this. There we go. Matthew 26 and verse 51. "And behold, one of them which were with Yeshua," not Jesus, Yeshua, "stretched out his hand and drew his sword and struck his servant of the high priest and cut off his ear. Then said Yeshua unto him, Put away again your sword into its place. For all they that take the sword shall perish with the sword." Okay? Now, let's get all foolishness and any strange thought concerning this particular passage out of the way. Let us not forget that Yeshua Messiah is going to come with a sword. Let us not forget that our Father in heaven is going to use Ephraim and Yehuda as a warrior's sword that he's going to hold in his hand against the Gentiles in the latter days, as it is written in Zechariah 9. What then is he talking about? Is he talking about those who protect their family and business in self-defense against thieves, robbers, and murderers? And that's not who he's talking. That's not what he's talking about. What is he talking about? Well, who is it in this world that takes up the sword? They are governments, are they not? Yes. They are. The sword is used symbolically and literally as a symbol of war. And for centuries, even millennia, after Yeshua ascended, the nations used the sword against each other. Let's go to Revelation 6, verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast saying, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him that sat on thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Who do you think that might have been? All right. Now, I want to go to Wikipedia and before I continue, where did I get this thought? Well, my dad used to tell me a long time ago that the cross as we know it today is actually a sword. And I heard him, I listened, I agreed, but I never went further with it. And when I look at, what is it, the Daily Mail or the Daily Express? Let's check this out. I think it's Daily Express, UK Express. Yeah, UK Express. You see their emblem up there is a Constantine type warrior or a medieval warrior with a spear and a shield, and on the shield is, as they say, the cross. But superimposed upon the cross, what do you see? You see a sword. Yes, folks, the symbol of Christianity. But it's not just Christianity, folks. Take a look at the Muslims. They have the symbol of the sword as well. Where did they get that idea? Well, they got it from the Christians. All right. So let's go to Constantine's sword on Wikipedia. It is a book written by James Carroll, published in 2001. It's called The Christians, or Constantine's Sword, the Church and the Jews, A History. It is a book by James Carroll, a former priest, which documents the role of the Roman Catholic Church in a long European history of anti-Semitism. Primary source of anti-Jewish violence is the perennial obsession with converting the Jews to Christianity, an event which some theologians believed would usher in the second coming. Carroll disclaims the notion that Christian anti-Judaism leads inevitably to the Shoah perpetrated by National Socialism. Well, we know that's false because the Shoah, or the Holocaust, was just one more pogrom against the Jews. It was one of many. It was larger than most, but it was one of the many pogroms against the Jews that was perpetrated on the Jews by Christians. But he argues that the church's long history of Jew hatred, his term, laid the foundation for Hitler's crimes. You better believe it did. Carroll also points out that the many turning points, as he labels them, where the church's attitudes and actions toward Jews could have been shifted. One example cited in the book is that of Pierre Abelard, born in 1079. I guess he died in 1142. The French theologian and philosopher whose teachings, had they been accepted, would have radically changed the direction and the cast of Christian dogma. The book also analyzes in detail the actions of numerous popes and other prominent figures of Catholic Church history, especially those who advocated the anti-Jewish policies and those who tried to rein in official anti-Semitism, including Augustine, Bernard of Clairvaux, Nicholas of Cusa, Innocent III, Paul IV, Pius IX, Pius XII, John the 23rd, and John Paul II. The book's title refers to Constantine's transformation of the cross, which Carroll points out was not a symbol used by Christians in the first 3 centuries of the church's existence. Did you get that? The symbol of the so-called cross was not used as a symbol of Christianity, or a symbol used by Christians in the first 3 centuries of the church's existence. But Constantine, his transformation of this cross, changed it into a symbol or symbolic sword, infusing a spirit of violent intolerance into the development of Christianity. Once again, let us go to Revelation 6, verse 3. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. Now, with that in mind, let us read Matthew 26 and verse 51 again. Verse 51 and 52. And behold, one of them which were with Yeshua stretched out his hand and drew his sword, and struck his servant of the high priest, and smote off his ear. Then Yeshua said unto him, Put up again your sword into its place, for all they that take up the sword shall perish with the sword. Is this starting to make sense now? Now I want you to go and look at the UK Express and look up on their top left-hand corner. And I give you the mark of the beast. Yes. You see that cross? That is your emblem. It's a sword. That's what it is. Even your song is a song of war, is a song of bloodshed, is a song of the sword. What song am I talking about? Onward, Christian soldiers. Onward, Christian soldiers marching as to war with the cross of Jesus going on before. Well, so, folks, if you have that symbol, that mark of Constantine, that's right, the mark of the beast, the sword of Constantine, you need to get rid of it. You know why? Because he that takes up the sword shall die by the sword. Revelation 14. Verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and where it says receives his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Now, Ash Wednesday. That is the mark in the forehead, folks. Or in his hand. Doing it with their right hand. I don't even know what you call it, but you know what it is. It is a mark of the sword. And then, of course, these people have taken up the sword against each other and against the Jews. The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Jehovah, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and the presence of the Lamb, and the smoke of their torment ascends up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the image of the beast and his image. Yeah, the image of Zeus and Jesus are exactly the same. That's the image of the beast. And whoever receives the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the Jews, because the Jews are the saints. And here are they that keep the commandments of Jehovah and the faith of Yeshua. And they will, when the clock strikes midnight. Make no mistake about it, folks. Worshiping Jesus is not the faith of Yeshua. Worshiping Jesus, the son of Zeus, is not the faith of Yeshua. It goes directly opposite of the faith of Yeshua. And that cross that you carry, that you hold dear, that you bow down and worship to, you Christians, it is the sword. It is a curse. So, get these idols out of your life. Idolatry is forbidden. You may not worship any graven image, and you may not worship symbols, whatever the symbol is. You may not worship them. It is Israel's 70th day, our 70th year of rebirth today. I believe this marks an overturning of the world. And we shall see.